Top five, top five, top five.
So time we'll back with another video. I'm Strange Wang. He is Nate. Today we are doing top 5 Jamie Foxx movies in honor of Strays. I hate talking dog movies and I hate Will Ferrell. So Jamie Foxx is the only shining light about this, and I'm not going to go see it.
Yeah.
He hates talking animals more than I do, so he ain't going to go see it. But we both love Jamie Foxx, so we're doing top 5 Jamie Foxx movies. He's going to tell you how the top 5 work, and then we're going to get into it.
He's going to hit his 5 and 4. I'm going to give my 5 and 4, 3-2, 3-2. Then we trade off number ones. We also have something called the Zemeckis rule, which just means if we both have the same movie on our list, but one person has it 2 spots or higher, then we just talk about it once.
Number 5 for me is going to be Walter McMillan from Just Mercy.
That's my number 4.
Because he just plays such a vulnerable, weak character. Not like we've seen before.
Yeah.
Because we've seen him kind of play like a loser-esque type character. This man's life's on the line.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the vulnerability is coming from.
Right.
All the emotions, all the feelings, the roller coaster of emotions of I might get out, I might not, I will lose. All these breaks in the case and everything. He has to play to that. And to be so hesitant against Michael B. Jordan in the beginning is also a huge, like you gotta break it, crack the nut open and get to the, crack the shell open and get to the nut, you know what I'm saying?
What is that?
Onions, they have layers, right?
Yes.
Jinx, show me a soda. Yeah, so there's just so much in this role that he was just like, I can do that, I can do that, I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Skips 10 more pages. I can definitely do that.
Yeah.
And just kills everything. How he did not get nominated for supporting is beyond me.
Yeah.
But Jamie Foxx is amazing in that movie.
Did he get nominated for anything?
Probably not.
I agree with everything you said. I really like Jamie Foxx is known for like a lot of different things. Like he's done a little music, done a little stand-up. He's just like a personality, right? And I feel like a lot of people know him for like his more comedic type stuff. Like he can get pretty, like, I don't know if silly's the right word. He could play like that crazy funny.
Yeah, well, he was on
Living
Living Color.
Yeah.
His show was kind of
and so
wacky.
like his character in Baby Driver and like things like that. And I feel like people remember him for that stuff a lot more.
Yeah.
But the dude really is an incredible actor. And that's why I love this movie. That's why it had to be on my list, because it really shows off his acting chops in a lot of different ways. So, I dig it.
Number 4, speaking of Baby Driver, Bats is my number 4.
Oh, nice.
I just love the conflict he brings to that movie.
Yeah, that's my number 6.
Out of all those roles like that, you have, what's his name? Motherfucker and Horrible Bosses. Right?
John Hamm?
No. That's his
character.
character.
You're talking about, yeah.
Jamie Foxx's name is something fucker or something like that.
I can't remember. Yeah,
But
he's like a drug dealer or something like that. Yeah.
But he has like a curse word in his name.
Mm-hmm.
So like stuff like that, I feel like this is the best one because it flows with the story the best. Somebody, like you saw it with John Berthenol, like they're hesitant with working with Baby because he's different.
Yeah.
He's cool, calm, collective. He's got this thing about him. He's got this nonchalantness.
Yeah, he's a kid.
Yeah, like he doesn't look he gives a fuck, but he knows every single word that man said.
Yeah.
So Jamie Foxx not being able to let that go just fits with his character, and the conflict blending in is a perfect way to have that movie so interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And then shouts out to Edgar Wright for just being a good filmmaker, and whoever wrote that movie to switch it on a dime, and then a whole new conflict with John Hamm. So, which, funny enough, John Hamm. John Hamm's on. He's on Horrible Bosses. Where did John Hamm come in?
When you said, I don't
know. Off.
Yeah.
Anyways, Bats is just a really good character. He's funny. The best scene in the movie where he's talking about the Michael Myers mask is because of Jamie Foxx. So
yeah,
Jamie Foxx, Bats, number 4.
Nice. My number 5 is Beeman Willie Beeman from Any Given Sunday.
Okay.
I will happily acknowledge this isn't his best movie.
Clearly, no debating.
I really like Any Given Sunday. I think it's like an underrated sports movie. I don't think it gets talked about enough, and Pacino's a huge part of that. But Jamie Foxx is like, he's number 2 in this movie, really. But this is like right in his wheelhouse. Like, incredibly cocky, incredibly confident character who like has to get knocked down a pedestal, have to get him on the team, like on the same page, all that kind of stuff. Incredibly talented, but his ego gets in the way. Jamie Foxx, very good at playing characters like that. But I like sports movies, and Jamie Foxx is really good in this. And you get a good combination of like him being kind of funny, crazy Jamie Foxx, but also like a little bit more seriousness to him as well. So I went with that one. And then my number 4 was Just Mercy.
How mercy. Number 3 for me is going to be Max from Collateral.
I've never seen Collateral.
What? No way!
If they would have, oddly enough, took Max, aka Electro from The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and made him this nerdy,
Yeah.
instead of that type of nerdy, that movie would have been a billion times better.
Huh.
Max is a taxi driver. He's got a dream. He's cautious. He's scared to talk to a female. And then he gets driven around the city. He drives a hitman around the city and just brings life out of him. But also, he's like murdering and like shit that he doesn't want to do.
Yeah.
He's in a impossible situation, rocking a hard place type shit. And you just see this character arc of him coming out of his shell and being a man.
Yeah.
2022, I can't say that, can I? Being a hero.
2023.
Being bold.
Mm-hmm.
Just feeling himself.
Yeah.
And as they say in Louisiana, smelling his drawers, you know what I'm saying? Just fucking taking charge. Like Large Marge.
What's your point?
But he plays a loser incredibly well. But that character arc and becoming to the hero, the bravery, is a seamless transition. And because of that, it had to make my list. Because you want to root for the guy. Because Tom Cruise as a villain is super fucking cool. But on those rewatches, you know he's a badass villain. So you look at Max and you're like, damn. Jamie Foxx, what you doing? And what he's doing is...
Tremendous performance.
Yeah.
Tremendous.
Number 2 is going to be Ray Charles
It's my number 2.
from Ray.
Mm-hmm.
Probably my favorite biopic of all time. If I'm being honest. Just the mannerisms, the voice. I mean, it helps that the glasses are there because that covers up a decent chunk of his face.
Well, sure. Yeah.
But if you showed me a picture and like aged it a little bit, he was like, which one's actually Ray Charles?
Yeah, right.
I would probably have to think about it for sure. I think I would get it right, but I would 100% have to think about it a little bit. But that just shows how good of fit he was for the role. Obviously, him being a musician, that helped out incredibly.
Yeah.
But even with that, like, he had to change his voice to sound like Ray Charles.
Yeah.
He had to not use his eyes and, like, really get in there and to have those mannerisms, to think about it like that. It just took that to another level. And when, like, you think of method acting, you think of, like, all these crazy roles. He was kind of method acting for this, like...
Yeah, a bit. I mean, I feel like you have to if you're going to, like, try to mimic someone like that. Yeah.
Like, for someone who was on Living Color with a fruit basket on their head just as a woman, to go into a method acting role like this and becoming Ray Charles is so damn impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I don't know if it's my favorite biopic of all time, but in terms of like I feel like you could sort of break biopics down into 2 categories, which is like mimicry in a good way and like doing my own thing but paying respects to this person. And you definitely have like, so this falls in that mimicry category, and you definitely have some like all-time performances in there. Like Christian Bale from The Fighter, freaking homie who just played Elvis. People really dug that. Rami Malek playing Freddie Mercury.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
But I don't think that anyone has really done as like good a job of becoming the person that they were playing as Jamie Foxx did in Ray. It is pretty incredible. And again, it's just like a whole nother side of Jamie Foxx showing like the actually pretty incredible range that he does have as an actor.
As a human.
As a human, yeah. And then he does shit like Project Power and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bruh, like, I know you gotta get the bag. You got a job.
His agents all over the
You
place.
gotta make money. Maybe you just really wanted to do something that's out there, but it's like, he really could have had, so like, when you think about, Hollywood stars, like from the 90s into the 2000s, like Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise come up a lot together. Like Jamie Foxx could have been like the Brad Pitt to like Denzel's Tom Cruise, like the serious guy, really good at dramatic acting, which would be like Denzel in this situation, versus the like, I'm a character actor but I get leading roles. Like he kind of is that, but like really that could have been his whole career and it would have been great. And I would have loved it because we probably would have got a really great bunch of great movies out of it. But not that Brad Pitt didn't do his share of stupid shit too, but
I don't know. We got a Jamie Foxx and a Drake song, so like,
yeah,
I'm cool with a couple bad movies.
Sure. But yeah, Ray's incredible. Really dig it.
Number 1 is
Can I talk about my number 3 first?
Oh, I forgot.
My number 3, I say this all the time. Anytime I can have an excuse to give a nod to voice acting, I'm always going to do it. So my number 3 is Soul. Great Pixar movie. I didn't really know what to expect going into it. And the movie as a whole, like, I guess I had formed some sort of expectation in my head. And the movie didn't quite meet that expectation. So as a movie, it's not my favorite. But Jamie Foxx voicing this, like, older jazz musician whose life didn't work out the way that he wanted it to. And then, like, going through this whole process, grieving his own life, learning to be happy with what he has, and all that kind of stuff. I really dug it. And I feel like he really brought a bunch of life and feeling and, like, try not to use the same word in 2 different ways twice, but I don't really know how to put it other than he brought a lot of character to that character. And I appreciated it.
You could have said he brought a lot of soul.
Yeah, well, I could have. But that would have been even sillier than saying he brought a bunch of character to that character.
What else?
My number 1's Django.
Django.
Yeah.
Have you ever...
The Django.
So, this is, like, for sure, like, performance-wise, obviously, there's so much working for him. Like, you have directing, you have writing, the dialogue. It's like, here's a silver platter.
Yeah.
All you have to do is eat it. And he eats, he cooks, as the young kids say.
Yeah.
You're old.
He is one of the, like, if you had to take the top 5 coolest performances of all time, he's definitely on there for me.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Django is one cool motherfucker.
Like the swagger, the confidence.
Yeah.
Just, and this goes back to the lines he's given. Like, I count 6 shots, 2 guns.
Yeah.
Things like that just make him so damn cool. Shit. That wouldn't happen if Jamie Foxx was here. He would have put his phone on silent.
He's a professional.
He is a professional. But just, like, the swagger of him, to have that, the right kind of tone for the dialogue in certain situations.
Yeah.
Because you go back to the beginning of the film. Are you positive? No. You said you were sure. Or something like that. He's like...
Well, he says you're not positive. He said, I don't know what positive means.
Yeah.
It means you're sure. Yes, I'm sure.
I'm positive he is dead.
Yeah.
Like, stuff like that. Like, it's not even said in a comedic way, but he has the right tone for it.
Right.
And then you get into Slave Django, where that tone's completely different. And then he gets re-slaved with the Aussies. And then that tone's completely different. Like, he knows how to play down to make them feel superior.
Right.
And, like, come off kind of humble. And then when he needs to be, he has that cockiness to him. And then he throws in a little Aussie accent himself. And they're like, oh, look at this bugger.
Yeah.
So just the range in his voice to fit these lines of dialogue is credible. The the body language to the performance is 10 out of 10. Everything about the performance is cool and awesome, man. 10 out of 10.
Yeah. I really appreciate not just the body language, but like the physical acting that he had to put into this as well. Like jumping back and shooting, rolling on the ground, like really getting it. You have to commit to that stuff to make it look good. And he does make it look really good. You said pretty much everything. The only thing that I would really add is you were talking about like the confidence of the character. And what I really like about Django and the way Jamie Foxx portrays him is that even when he really doesn't know what's going on, he like never loses the confidence. So it's like when he doesn't know what a word means, or like when in the beginning when he's like just following Schultz's lead on everything, it's like he's looking around like you could, and that's another good thing. It's like his like physical cues, like you could see him like looking at Schultz to like figure out where we're going next. What do I need to do? And he still never in the slightest seems not confident. He's just like, this is just what we're doing, and I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And like, really appreciate that.
I mean, except when it comes to Broomhilda, you get like a little vulnerability.
Well, yeah.
Because he finally got like his wife back.
Yeah.
And like even with that, his comedy in the beginning, when it comes to the word positive, to the comedy at the end, where he's like, I fucking won. I know I won.
Yeah.
Me and my horse were gonna do this little trick.
Little trot, yeah.
And then she's gonna laugh. I'm gonna look back with this long cigarette in my mouth.
Yeah.
With the cigarette holder and just smile at her. Like that playfulness is something we didn't get in the rest of the movie.
Yeah, but I was thinking about this when you said that. It's like, because of the situation he's been in, like he's been a slave for however long he's been a slave, and now he's going through all this other adversity to try to get his wife back and all this stuff. He has to be hard. But then the only other time I can think of like where he shows a crack is when Schultz tells him that Brunhilde's name is from a German story. And then he wants to hear the story. And then he's like a little kid, listening to a bedtime story. And it's like, that's where that's the only other time he really shows this, like, I don't know if innocence is the right word, but like that he does have like softness to him, and those moments like compounded together. I've never really, as much as we've talked about Django, we've never really talked about that side of it before.
Yeah.
So
makes me want to go watch it.
Yeah,
I'm watching all these movies for my top 15 favorite movies of all time, and like Django's in kind of that like 5 to 7 range.
Yeah,
I just need to watch them, reorder them, and now I really want to watch Django tonight. So.
Yeah.
I'm wanting this video so I can watch Django.
That's fair.
Tell us your list in the comment section below. Scroll back up, hit the like button, share the video,
And
subscribe.